Anambra State government assures of justice for victim of hot water attack at Enugu. Anambra State Assembly asked ministers, departments and ministries, departments and agencies to come with necessary documents for verification. Nigeria Customs Service to improve relationship with Cameroon, Chad to boost trade activities. On the foreign scene, Russia's spacecraft crashes into moon after spinning out of control. And before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and glad to have you on the news tonight. My name is Maureen Stone Enojoke. A landlady identified as Amaka Okonkwo has allegedly poured hot water mixed with pepper on a tenant over rent increment. The incident happened at Enugu in Njikoka local government area. Chidimma Ikanyonwu has the details.
According to the victim, Emma Bon William from Akwa Ibom State, who is currently receiving treatment at Zion Hospital, Norfolk, her landlady Amaka asked her to vacate the house over her inability to pay the new rent increment, noting that her rent expired last month. She explained that she demanded for some time to enable her to get a new place, but unfortunately while she was washing her clothes last Thursday, she said the landlady poured her hot water mixed with pepper from behind. Although the alleged culprit, Amaka Okonkwo, has been arrested and currently at the Nimo police station, sources said she is still boasting of walking scot-free from the police net. Reacting to the news, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ifeolu Binabo, who rushed to the hospital where the victim is recuperating, thanked Enugu women for their timely intervention. The Commissioner, who spoke through her aide, registered her displeasure over the incident and promised to get justice for the victim. She warned that Anambra State government will not take it lightly with anyone found culpable of assault of any kind, and advised the public to always report crimes and misdemeanors at the appropriate channels for quick intervention. The President General of Women Wing of the Community, Lady Chebuna Nwosu, thanked the state government for responding to their call and stated that the community is not in support of the dastardly act meted on the tenants from Akwa Ibom State. The husband of the suspect, Mr. Ebere Okonkwo, who was also seen at the hospital upon interrogation, denied any involvement in his wife's action, stating that although he was at home at the time of the incident, he was not aware of the wife's wicked intentions towards their tenant.
I don't know how come I've been confused. So usually I cannot more we to buy on this boat with while one can turn it good. Oh no, because the liver will be mixed. They become advantage of. Because my about will be the truth
The group also visited Nimo Police Division, where the Divisional Police Officer assured of transferring the case to the State Criminal Investigative Department for investigation, assuring of maintaining peace and order in the community. From Nimo, Chidimma Ikanyonwu reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State House of Assembly Committee on Public Accounts has charged all ministries, departments, and agencies appearing before them for the verification and review of the 2022 audited accounts of Anambra State to come with all the documents requested from them. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Modelim reports that the chairman of the committee, Honorable Noble Igwe, made the call after verification of the audited account of the Ministry of Lands by the committee at the State House of Assembly Complex, Oka. The committee did some verifications on certain issues that were raised in the audited account of the ministry for the year 2022, while the Commissioner for Lands, Professor Ofonse Amuchazi, clarified the issues. The committee also verified the audited accounts of the Ministry of Environment for the year under review and observed that there is transparency and accountability in the ministry. It also commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo, who they said has done well in ensuring a healthy environment for Anambra State. In a vote of thanks, the Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odimegwu, commended the committee for being alive to the oversight responsibility, adding that the exercise will promote transparency, accountability, and probity in governance. Sickle Cell Orphanage and Underprivileged Home, Agolo, Anocha local government area has extended hands of collaboration to Anambra Broadcasting Service. The director of the home, Mrs. Aisha Maduagu, who made the gesture when she paid a courtesy visit to the managing director of the ABS, Sachido Obidegu, said this would, among other things, help in creating awareness on their home and activities. Blessing Dennis has the details.
The visit was aimed at fostering understanding and generating increased coverage of sickle cell-related issues, as well as shedding light on the challenges faced by individuals and families affected by the condition. Mrs. Madagu emphasized on the importance of increasing genotype education as a sure way to increase public awareness about sickle cell disease, especially in rural areas who have minimal access to right information, adding that their desire is to see the society free from the pains caused by sickle cell anemia. She listed potential initiatives, partnerships, and campaigns that could be launched to provide accurate information and support to those living with the condition and to ensure that genotype compatibility for couples is strictly adhered to, without any room for compromise. She explained that her home is saddled with providing the utmost care for vulnerable sickle cell children who are either orphaned, deprived, or underprivileged. She stated that the home is the first community home in Nigeria exclusively for persons living with sickle cell disease. Mrs. Madagu commended ABS for her willingness to collaborate and amplify the voices of those impacted by the disease, and extolled the Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, for his prompt response to health services to the children.
Without this genotype screening first, we'll get it all wrong in the schools, because our children go to cohabit as power couples in a higher institution.
The director also lauded the wife of Anambra State Governor, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, for her strong advocacy for healthy lifestyle through her Healthy Living with Nonye Soludo initiative, which she said will help to reduce the level of ignorance people have about health issues. Responding, Sachido expressed commitment to using the platform of ABS to disseminate information that will empower and educate the public about sickle cell disease.
Provide a venue where you come and talk exhaustively about sickle cell disease. Do that both on radio and on TV and all our social media platforms.
In Oka, Blessing Dennis, ABS News.
More facts are emerging in the case between State Commissioner of Police and Chief Chijoke Oka and Olufemi Salako at the Chief Magistrate Court sitting at Nobi, Idemili South Council area. The court was presided over by Chief Magistrate Ken Moye. Paul Izoke has the details.
Still testifying during cross-examination by counsel to the fourth defendant, Barrister Charity Ndife, the second prosecution witness, Ms. Victoria Mbashu, told the court that she did not conspire with the second defendant, Olufemi Salako, to run away from Nodi after selling the property to the complainant, Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwena, has no intention of relocating from her home to any other place in spite of pressure from the second defendant. Ms. Mbashu equally told the court that she did not conspire with the second defendant to defraud the complainant, has never been involved in shady or fraudulent land dealings, insisting that she handed unnecessary documents and rent receipts of the property to Mr. Ezekwena before traveling out of the town. She said she was not aware that the 4 defendants obtained consent of members of her kindred before commencing building of structure in her compound, nor was she aware that the 4 defendants gave 10 million naira to her aunt and her son before he knocked down the obu in the compound and started building. Ms. Mbashu also said she was equally not aware that her aunt and her son signed a document with the 4 defendants for the compound. The case was later adjourned to Friday, September 15, for continuation of hearing. From Nodi in the Demil South Council area, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
The founder of Marcel Ofomata Foundation has promised that there is no going back in reaching out to the people of his community and beyond as he organized medical outreach for them. He emphasized this during the 14th edition of the medical outreach with people from Isuofia, Nanka, and Ibuku communities benefiting. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi has more on this.
The medical outreach, which holds annually and sometimes twice a year, has become what indigents of Isuofia and environs look forward to for their attendant medical needs, as many were already at the venue as early as 6 a.m. The founder of the foundation and chief executive officer, Amecon Global Company, Chief Ofomata, in his remark, noted that healthcare, according to United Nations Charter, is a right the people should enjoy, but most times it's not accessible and also expensive for the people, a reason the foundation exists to bridge the gap. Chief Ofomata further noted that though surgical operations wasn't included in this year's outreach, it will come up early next year.
Our call to duty is not human, it's not something we do because it's something we think is divine. We felt in that medical care is everybody's right. You know, if you check the United Nations Charter, it talks about medical. It's one of the things that everybody should entitled to. We're entitled to free medical care.
The medical director of the foundation, Dr. Afonsus Ekanem, explained that this year's outreach was done in a day in 3 different locations with increased professional medical personnel to take care of dynamic health challenges apart from the regular medical services they get.
Every year and every edition we keep improving. So this particular year had not been different. We have improved on it. We have added some more and extra things like investigations that we have done. Like investigations this year we are doing ranging from malaria, typhoid, blood sugar check, urinalysis, hepatitis B, C, pregnancy test, and a whole lot, even H. pylori test.
Dr. Ifeanyi Azike, a community stakeholder of Ibuku, thanked Chief Ofomata and team for remaining steadfast in their endeavors, which the people are humbly happy for, and prayed for God's blessings on him. Some of the beneficiaries who spoke to the ABS, including Mr. Samuel Okoye from Nanka and Mrs. Mary Okeke, expressed happiness for the gesture as they have enjoyed free health checks and drugs at no cost, appreciating the foundation for reaching out.
Because also to put hidden. So I'm happy.
Mr. Ofomata later called on the traditional ruler of Nanka, Igwe Godwin Ezilo, and that of Ibuku, Igwe Alex Azike, who visited him while at the venue of the medical outreach in Ibuku. From Isuofia, Agwata Council area, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
The Acting Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Mr. Adewale Adeniyi, says the service will re-establish a good relationship with Cameroon and the southern part of Chad. Mr. Adeniyi, who stated this when he hosted the governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, in Abuja, maintained that the service would re-establish cross-border trade in the northeast. Mr. Adeniyi also expressed readiness for the service to improve trade activities in the northeastern parts of Nigeria. According to Mr. Adeniyi, the measure will boost the region's economy and provide jobs for the people in the state. He appreciated the long-term relationship between the service and Borno State government in border security and humanitarian services and affirmed his readiness to support victims of terrorism in the state. He assured the governor of his administration's commitment to engaging the military to develop new measures to assist in re-establishing the full structure of cross-border trade in the area. The traditional ruler of Omo community in Ayamilum local government area of Anambra State, Igwe Chris Chidume, has lent his voice to the call for sustained efforts to move Nigeria from consumption to production economy. Speaking at the 2023 Iwaje Festival held at his palace, the monarch urged government at all levels to encourage productivity in order to have surplus for export, thereby helping to attract foreign exchange that will enable Nigerian economy rebound. Joseph Ebocha has the details.
Stating that the current economic hardship in the country is because Nigeria relies much on importation, Igwe Chidume encouraged Nigerians not to succumb to the present hardship and urged people to go back to farming in order to produce what to eat and sell.
I am appealing to government to encourage productivity. The current economic situation in the country can be annexed to prosperity. If we encourage productivity to the extent of having a surplus that we can export, it will definitely enhance the hard currency that is pulling our country down.
Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Sonto Udeze, said the state legislature will continue to make legislations to help alleviate suffering.
Loss of audio in that report. Moving on, Russia's unmanned Luna 25 spacecraft has crashed into the moon after spinning out of control, officials say. It was Russia's first moon mission in almost 50 years. The craft was due to be the first ever to land on the moon's south pole, but failed after encountering problems as it moved into its pre-landing orbit. It was set to explore a part of the moon which scientists think could hold frozen water and precious elements. Roscosmos, Russia's state space corporation, said that it had lost contact with the Luna 25. Preliminary findings showed that the 800-kilogram lander had ceased to exist as a result of a collision with the surface of the moon. It said in a statement, a special commission would look into why the mission failed. The loss of Luna 25 is a blow to Roscosmos. Russia's civilian space program has been in decline for several years as state funding is increasingly directed towards the military. Russia was racing to the moon's south pole against India, whose Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft is scheduled to land there next week. In our sports, Spain has beaten European champions England 1-0 to become the Women's World Cup champions in the final at Stadium Australia in Sydney today. Captain Olga Carmona fired Spain ahead in the 29th minute, Cullen finishing in the right-hand corner after a rapid counter-attack. England's best chance came from Lauren Hemp, who rattled the crossbar with a powerful strike as both teams bid to win the World Cup for the first time. Remember that you can follow news and programs from ABS on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka, Twitter at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points before we go. Anambra State government is assured of justice for victim of hot water attack at Enugu. Anambra State Assembly has asked ministries, departments and agencies to come with necessary documents for verification. Nigeria Customs Service is to improve relationship with Cameroon, Chad to boost trade activities. Russia's spacecraft has crashed into moon after spinning out of control. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And with that special message, we end the news for tonight. Thank you so very much for joining us. Good evening, and my name is Maureen Stone Enejoke. Kachifo.